Hello, everyone. So, today we're going to be answering a question that I get regularly from prospects that I do calls with or new clients that are starting that are asking this question, which is how fast do I get results or can I expect results when I launch ads for my high ticket offer, coaching, consulting business to my funnel, right? So, they're launching ads and they're wondering how fast can I get results, or maybe before they work with me, they're wondering, how long does it typically take to get results? Now, the truth is, I've asked this question so many times, and the answer is very, very similar every single time. So, just to give you an example, right? Like, it all comes down to when you think about it, it all comes down to the legwork that you've done before launching ads. Right? Let's say, as an example, I took on Apple as a client. So, Apple from iPhone, right? I took them on as a client. We launched ads for them. So, I launched ads for them. Um, Chances are within the first hour we might be hitting 100x, 1000x cash ROI, right? The first hour, first day, we might even do like, a crazy return immediately. And it's because they have done all of the legwork beforehand, right? They've built the brand, they've built the product, they've built a fantastic, a one-of-one product. They've built all these things. They've done all the legwork beforehand, all the infrastructure, logistics, the team, the development, they've done all that, and then when you launch their ads, instantly profitable, right? So that's how when you think about it. And on the other side of the extreme of the spectrum, when you think about a new person that's never done anything, right? Just a random guy off the street, maybe he's on the way to work. Imagine you stop him and say, "Hey, let me launch your ads. Just come up with an offer on the spot right now. Just think of something, and let's just make a video. Let's put it into Ads Manager and let's just launch it. Let's see how fast you can get anything." And then the chances are he's probably not going to get anything, probably at all, right? Probably going to have to repivot his offer, sit down and change up his entire offer and just really think about his business and come up with a plan and think about what he's actually going to sell. What is he going to sell? What is he going to offer, right? And what is he really going to do in this business? Because he has nothing. And the truth is, a lot of people, you'd be surprised, business owners are in his exact position that come to me. They literally have no offer, have nothing going for themselves. They barely even know what they're really going to sell, but they come to me and they say, how fast can I expect results if I launch ads? And once again, you're literally that guy. You might have some experience, but you're kind of in that position, right? You're just a random person just that's come up with an offer on the spot and you want to launch with ads and just get clients. And so the truth is, that's what it comes down to. So if you've never gotten any clients and you've never gotten clients, you've never spent on ads, you don't have a brand, you don't have a real product yet, you don't have 100+ client testimonials or 50+ or 25+, you don't have a dialed in sales process, you don't have a back end system, you don't have a team, all those things that you haven't dialed in your sales messaging. So how you communicate what you're selling, your offer, what your offer is, your sales script. Because really, with these kind of high ticket businesses, we're sending the traffic to a phone call where you have to take the call and just so is your script even dialed in, or are you still testing? So everything is in basically experimentation mode. So realistically, it's not even about if it's gonna work. It's about how long will it take for it to work. So the question itself is actually wrong because you're asking how long does this take. Well, it just takes how long it needs to take for it to work. Because if you have a good offer, it's gonna work. So the question is, what does it take to make a good offer? That will, how long does that take, right? So you're gonna have to define your message, so your niche, your offering, your product, your sales script, the market trends, right? Who are the competitors? What's my pricing? So once again, how much? Because you could imagine you have everything perfect, but your pricing is like $1 million. Your pricing is incorrect, right? So then you're never gonna have anything work. So your pricing has to be somewhat reasonable. Imagine trying to charge even for a company as big as Apple. Imagine trying to charge $1 million for an iPhone. It just wouldn't work. For as good as it is, it's still too expensive. Even $10,000, it's still too high. So regardless of how special your offer might be, it might still be overpriced. Now there is a premium. I'm totally for charging premium and high ticket and going the extra mile, but at some point you might be going a bit too far, right? So you want to check out what everyone else is selling. Now, I know this is known as a bad strategy. Look what I was selling, charge a bit more. You obviously want to charge on the value, but you also want to be realistic. So you do want to look at the value that you provide, but also always have a look at what other people are doing in your market as well. Now, have a look. Doesn't mean you copy them and you just charge 10% more. That's not a good strategy, but you should still know what's going on, right? You should still be aware of what are other. If you're selling weight loss for women and another person selling weight loss, you still want to know what are the other 50 people that are selling this. What are they doing? How much are they charging? What are they offering to charge that much? And what can I learn from it? So it doesn't mean you take the price and just do 10% more or 20% more and then call it a day. What can I do? How can I realistically make this more valuable? Let's say you do want to charge double, triple. What makes it justifiable in the prospect's mind? So this is also market research. So these are all of the things that come into play before you launch your ads, right? And then your VSL, your sales video, your testimonials, your all these things that come into play. So if you come to any coach or agency or whatnot, and this is such a common trend right now with business owners, because they know ads work, which is true because ads do work for the right business that has done some that has done the legwork, and they come to you and they say, hey, how long will it take for it to work for my offer? Once again, they're a random guy off the street. They just came up with the offer. They have no real business and they expect it to work immediately. And then you'll see a lot of people, they'll launch these offers on ads. Once again, they just quickly record a video. They record some VSL or whatever. They have no sales script, nothing, right? They just record, post, ads manager. Where's my results? My CPL is too high. So these are all things to keep in mind. Now, I've worked with more than 100 clients, right? I've launched so many ads. We have ads running right now. So I always know how long it will realistically take, but it always comes down to what the legwork that has happened before. So recently I just partnered up with a client, and each time we launched, it's like 30 grand cash, 16x cash ROI immediately. And it's because he's done the legwork. And that's why I also partnered up with him. It's because I've seen what he's done. I can see the quality behind his work. Like, because he hired a team of developers to build this software, and he has a course, and he has I think 16 to 20 years of experience in this one industry, and he's done this for hundreds of hours in the back end, and he's tested with so many clients. He even took 3 years off to dial it in even more, and then we launched the ad, and it's like instantly profitable. Like just day one, calendar's full. So, and I'm not surprised, right? Like, are you surprised to know that someone that did all this, we launched ads day one, calendar full? You're not really surprised because he put in all the legwork. So instead of asking how long does it take for ads to work, you want to ask yourself, how much legwork have I put in to deserve my ads working in a time frame that I would be happy with. Now, realistically, so that's one problem, is people that come into that stage. But there's also another problem, which is people who actually have a good business, right? They have a good offer. They have they've done the legwork. They have they've tested the sales process, all that stuff. Now, I've taken on a lot of these clients where they actually have a good business. They just can't make it work with ads. Like, they can't communicate it properly. They don't know how to target things properly. They just don't know how to make it work, but the offer works. So now this is where I can come to them with many clients, and because I showed them how to set up everything properly and communicate their message properly, which is the main thing really. And we can immediately get clients, right? We can immediately get clients because they've done that legwork, but they just don't know how to communicate, which is actually a good problem to have. You want to have a problem where it's just the last final piece. You just can't communicate exactly how you want it. You can't set up your messaging the right way, but you have all the juice, so to say. That's a good problem to have. But if you have nothing and you can't communicate it, now you basically have nothing, and then you're basically just experimenting, right? Like, if you're spending on ads, you're spending 3, 4, 5, 10 grand a month. You're spending 3 grand a month or 2 grand a month. Any money you've spent, if you don't get clients, you get feedback. You always get feedback. It's what people don't really understand when they run ads. Like, you're always going to get feedback, and the feedback tells you what to do. All right, so if you run ads, all right, and you don't, and you let's say you have a funnel and you don't get anything, right? Your cost per lead is like $100. Your survey, maybe you don't get any surveys, and you definitely don't close any deals. So each step of the funnel tells you what you need to do, right? The KPIs that you get on the leads and then the surveys and then the calls and then your back end, it just tells you what's wrong with your business. So let's say on the leads, let's say your cost per lead is just ridiculous. Maybe you're getting barely any, or you're just whatever, your cost per lead is just terrible. It just means that your ad itself is not resonating with those people, right? Like people are you have to imagine people are coming on the phone, they're seeing your ad, scrolling past. What does that mean? Just common sense, right? It just means they're not interested, right? They've seen it, not interested. Now, we want to eliminate variables. What does that mean? So we want to make sure, let's say your ad says it's targeted towards dentists, right? You're saying, hey, dentist, I will help you get 50 clients in the next 30 days or you don't pay, for example. If the person that's watching it, like me, I scroll past, I'm not a dentist, so that doesn't really matter. Like, we want to make sure that the people that are scrolling past are actually dentists. Then we actually know this doesn't work. Like, because what we're saying is good. Assuming, once again, you've done your market research, you know what to say, whatever. If they're scrolling past, then your ad, whatever you're saying in the ad, does not work. They don't care about it. Maybe they're not interested. Maybe your competitors are just have a way better offer. They're giving money up front. Maybe, who knows, right? They have a way better offer. Or in any case, they're not interested, right? So just past. So the way you eliminate that variable is by having the right audience. So if you can make sure your audience is dentists, then that means whoever seeing your ads is dentists. And if they're all scrolling past, you know none of them are interested. And you need to change your message. So you need to have a new message. So that either means new offer, and maybe a new guarantee, maybe a new outcome, right? So maybe instead of I'm gonna get you clients, maybe it's I'm gonna help you retain clients, or maybe it's I'm gonna help you ascend clients, or maybe I'm gonna show you, hey dentist, I'm gonna show you how to invest your money. I'm gonna show you how to get clients with Facebook ads, or with TikTok ads, or with YouTube ads, or maybe it's I'll get the clients for you. I'll get them all for you, guaranteed, or 50 clients. I'll show you how to do it yourself. So maybe they don't want done for you. You can't always assume things. Maybe they don't. Maybe they want. Maybe it's I'll show you how to do it yourself, and I'll build the system for you, and then I'll give it to you. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's a course. Maybe it's I have a course that will self-teach you how to do it. So you just watch my videos, and it will teach you. So these are all the different offers and mechanisms. That's what I like to think about. It's like the offer, mechanism, timeline. That's another thing. It's like, because if you say it takes 10 years to get a client, no one's interested, right? But if you say 2 weeks or 1 week, so you got to know what is a correct timeline as well. That's important too, on top of the mechanism. So the mechanism is how it's done. And once again, that might or might not be relevant depending on like what your delivery is. So if it's all done for you, maybe they don't care as much about the mechanism, but you can still test it. But if you're going to show them how to do it themselves, then you're going to want to talk about the mechanism a bit more. So once again, a new thing now is AI. So you could say, if you have this, right, like I'm going to help you get clients with AI. I'm going to show you how to implement AI into your business. And when a client calls you, now this is a whole different offer, right? If a client calls you, AI will pick up and answer and book them in. We'll show you, we'll get your taxes done. So there's all kinds of offers, and this is where you want to like test things out. And then you might realize maybe my offer is all saturated, I don't care about it. Maybe I need to learn new skills to provide this offer, which then works with ads. So a big thing to think about as well is never to start with, here's my offer, then ads. You want to think of what's going to work with ads and then make the offer around that. So it's like a reverse engineering, right? So what offer will work with ads, and then you build that offer. Most people try and build an offer that they want to build, and then they go to ads and say, hey, take it, right? It's like going to a room and just giving people a random food, as opposed to going to the room and saying what food you want to eat, and then going to get that food, because you're just assuming what they want to eat, because maybe not everyone likes to eat sushi, right? So, and you brought sushi for everyone, maybe they want pizza. So if you just ask them, what do you want? and then you could have gotten it, everyone would be happy. So same with ads. If you know you're targeting dentists or doctors, you could have just easily, this is why you start with organic always. If you don't know this, you start with organic and you get your first organic 10 sales. And that's when you can speak to your audience and ask them, what do you want, right? Do you want more clients? Do you want it done for you? Do you want it done with you? Do you want it done by yourself? Do you want Facebook ads? Do you clients from Facebook ads? Do you want it from TikTok? And there might be reasons why they want it from specific places, but which, once again, this is part of your research. Do you want clients from Google ads? What have you tried in the past that has worked, that hasn't worked from these platforms? What issues have you seen? Maybe the reason they don't want Facebook ads because the leads have been bad, and the reason for that might be because the ads they used with an agency were bad. So then you can at least see the problem that they had that caused those things to be bad. So maybe it was the show up rate. So these are all the things I would be thinking about if I'm going to run ads. And ideally, you reverse engineer. When you reverse engineer, it always works. And there's no reason not to reverse engineer if you're going to run ads, because any niche, any market can be found. If it's construction people, like we've run ads to construction business owners, was extremely profitable. We added $167,000 a month in the recurring cash for an agency. And it's because we knew the offer up front. We knew what they wanted because he's tested it. We knew they wanted SEO, all right? We knew they wanted a specific type of client, and we made a guarantee, and it just blew up, right? So in your case, I would ask you the same question. Have you done research to know what they want? Any niche can be found. If you're targeting trucking businesses, you go, you find trucking, you call them up, you text them, you email them, whatever. Find out what they're even interested in, and then you can reverse engineer from there. So that's why you start with organic. So yeah, I know this has been a long video to answer the question how fast can I see results, and the reason is I don't want to answer because it doesn't make sense to just, because I can't give a number for anyone, right? Every business is different. Like I said, if it's Apple or if it's the guy off the street, and like I said, it's not about does it work or not. It's about how much experimentation do I have to do to make it work. And that depends on the legwork that you've done beforehand. Have you done your research? Do you have an offer? Do you have 5-10 clients? Have you tested your messaging? Right? Do you have all those things in place? Because if you don't, it might take forever to work. And it's not about any offer can work if you listen to the feedback from your funnel. Like I said, the ad, people scroll past, they're not interested. And let's say everyone clicks on your ad and you get that in KPI and they get your video and they don't book calls. Then you can say, all right, then that means the main offer and the video that I have in place is not interesting enough for them to come and book a call. Whatever I'm saying there is not resonating. And that could be for a variety of reasons. But typically, if you say the same thing in the ad as you do in the video, they always book. Most cases that I've seen that doesn't work is people say different things. So they might say we'll guarantee clients in the ad, and in the video it's like we'll grow your business, something vague. So you have to keep alignment across your entire funnel. So that's what we call like congruency, right? You want to keep it a congruent message across the whole funnel. Otherwise, people are just going to be like, they're going to confuse, because one page is saying clients, the next page is saying customers, next page there's no guarantee now. Like you want to keep it exactly the same. So I've never found an offer that had from the ad to the VSL said the same thing, which is what I do with my clients. We keep everything exactly the same. That has not worked out. So I would ask yourself that, have you kept it all the same? Have you kept the same message across your entire funnel up to the phone call? Because you might get them on the phone. Imagine you get all the dentists, they all have 100K in savings. You get them all on the phone. And on the phone, you're like, we don't have a guarantee. We only do Bing ads. We run Bing ads. Bing, like literally, imagine you run Bing ads. Or we do yellow page ads. So we'll get your clients yellow page. They're going to say, we saw your ad, you said you do Facebook ads, and you will get us 15 clients guaranteed. Where is this offer? So if you say this to them, they're probably not going to buy because you lost your congruency. You're saying something completely different and you don't have that, So that's what I would think about. So typically, all my clients that get fast results, they've just done the most legwork up front. They've done the heavy lifting, and this is a common trend now with many people in business now. They just pick up the phone, record some videos, make up an offer in their head, right? Also, it's not reverse engineered. No, it's in their head. This is what I care about. I want to solve this problem that no one cares about. So you make a whole business for yourself that no one even cares about, and then you record videos, and then you go to an agency and say, "Hey, agency, make this work for me." And then when you don't get results, you're surprised. Now you're like, "Where are my clients? Where are my leads? You're at fault. Refund me my money." The agency says, "No, we're not going to refund because we're following our process." This is what I say to clients. So it's like, the only guarantee you get from me is I'm going to follow the process I follow my clients. If you've not done any legwork up front, like that is absolutely your fault, right? And this is also another reason I actually reject a lot of prospects, because they don't fit the criteria. They don't have anything, so they're not even fit to work with my company, right? So we try and avoid it up front, right? We don't just take on anyone and then knowing their business has no value and then tell them afterwards. So so this is why you should do legwork. And what does legwork mean? Realistically, you should be, if you're at $0, and this is a very common trend, prospects that make literally $0, right, that have no clients, nothing, will pick up the phone, and because they have 20 grand in savings, they just want to move immediately to ads. What does that tell you? They have no patience. They have no patience to just call up their leads, talk to some customers, ask them what they actually think about it before they go out and build a whole funnel, a course, and the whole thing, right? The whole thing. They build everything without talking to anyone, and then because now they've put all their effort in, they're so certain, and they have to launch ads for this. Launch the ads, no one's interested. Now they can't suck it up and just cut the chain loose and build something that people actually want. So they keep pushing it. Go from one agency to another agency to another agency to another agency, right? They just keep going. Each time they try and get a refund because it didn't work. So don't do that, right? Like if your offer doesn't work, just accept it. You just have to accept it. Go back to the drawing board, redo your offer, your mechanism, your market research, all the stuff like we said, and redo it. So that's pretty much all I have to say for today. Like I said, if you were expecting an exact number of days that it's going to work, you're not going to get it. But I'll give you some idea, because I'm leaving this to the end, because the impatient people in the first minute of the video would have probably clicked off, because they would have wanted an exact number of maybe even minutes and seconds. So I made sure to keep it until the end and give you some answer, some vague answer that will satisfy some of you. So assuming you've done the legwork, you have 5 to 10 organic clients that you signed up at almost full price. You've done at least 30 sales calls, 40 sales calls organically, without you consistently getting 3 to 5 organic clients a month, and you're getting them results. Important, you're getting them results. You're getting testimonials. I think you're in a good position to run ads. I do think you're in a good position. That's my perfect type of client. Like you've done that work, and now you need to package that messaging for cold traffic. Because the other issue with ads is you could have all this, which is perfect, but with ads, you're still going to someone that has never seen you, doesn't trust you, probably doesn't like you. So we have to overcome those three and then start actually showing them our offer. So that's why you still have to package it properly, and ads is just a different game. Like you still have to package it properly. They have to get to know, like, and trust you, and you can sell them your thing. So in that case, I would say, if you're spending 3 to 4 grand a month, if you've done that and you packaged it properly, using my process ideally, but I don't know which process you can use, but you packaged it the correct way, you spend $3,000 to $4,000 a month, you should be seeing a 3x return, 2 to 3x return for sure. Minimum 2 to 3, I would say. Like so, my client now, Sammy, 30K, we're seeing 16x, right? 16x cash ROI. So 3 to 3, 2 to 3 is the bare minimum. If you have those things in place, I could almost pretty much guarantee, if you're following my process, you will get those results, because of how we do it. It's just so good. Once again, it's because you've done the legwork as well. combined with my packaging, how I package the ads and just shorten that time frame. So within the first week, first day, you're going to get leads coming in KPI. Within the first 2 weeks, you should see surveys coming in KPI. Within the first 2 to 3, like once again, it really depends. 2 to 3, you should see clients coming in, and it kind of builds up from there. So your first month will be the slowest because you're running ads. People are just seeing your face. They don't know who you are. So you might get 1 or 2 clients, maybe more, depending on how good your offer is. And then month 2 and 3, things should go up a lot more for you, provided you've done things correctly. That's what I would say. I've left this until the end just because I know a lot of people are it's those same people that are just off the street, just recording videos that want the quick answer, and they can go to an agency and then just, to launch their offer that they made up in their head. But please don't do that. Please actually take your time out of your life and build out a proper offer. And before you ever think about doing ads, get 5-10 clients organically. Consistently, at least you're making 10-20K a month. Have some money aside. Put like 3 months of ad spend aside, like about 10 grand, 10 to 15 grand aside. So you don't get emotional in the first week. Oh, there's no client, pause, cancel, delete my ads, right? Like you want to have some skin in the game. So you want to have some money put aside so you don't run out of money, right? Money aside, because you never know what's going to happen. It just takes a bit of time. Just so you have 3 months. Now with my clients, we almost always get rid of it within the first month. And one thing, it's because they've done the legwork beforehand, and which makes it easier for me to help them package it up and get results faster, right? But if you've never, once again, if you got no value, no nothing, like it might take 3 months, 6 months. That's assuming you're iterating fast. You're building your VSLs. You're basically doing the legwork as you're launching the ad. So it's a very expensive process. So if you haven't done no legwork, you're launching ad, you recorded some videos, you made a course, and then you launch ads, you're basically paying as you learn. It's like a pay as you go, which is very expensive. Like you don't want to do that. Like ideally, you learn first and then you pay. You don't want to pay as you go, as you learn, which is what a lot of people tend to do. So they spend 4 grand just to learn that they need to go back and talk to some people. Like that's an expensive 4 grand. If you ask me, I would rather just call them up and then spend 4 grand. Common sense. So that's what I would say. Don't spend, don't pay as you go, as you learn. I need to make a note of this, right? Are you a learn then pay, or are you a pay as you go, as you learn? Because if you are, then it's not going to work. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I'm going to make more videos like this to answer common questions I get. But let me know in the comments if you have a question like this. I'm more than happy to make a video about it, just if it's a common one, especially. Just to answer in detail, answer it properly, answer it once and for all, so we don't get these questions anymore. But yeah, see you soon.